All right. All right. Welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota, and you are listening to the TPN TV and Radio Network. Um, Today we get a very interesting topic we'll get for can discuss, and as we all know, our discussion is surrounded by so many other opinion where they come from. We viewers and we listeners, and today different or they at all where they can discuss about the European Union report where they release. I know say a lot of people they don't get that report there. Some they don't read them, some they don't read them. But the TPN take the time for can tell una what they think. But before we do that, as we always know, I want for make we go first and try for watch the weekly news as always.
Welcome to the TPN Weekly News Updates. My name is Stanley, sitting for Brianna. This week, the European Union released its final report on the election in Sierra Leone. The Union gave a very detailed historical perspective of the election. The Union also gave 2 recommendations, and 7 of the 20 recommendations are described as priority recommendations. Here are some of these recommendations. Ensure legal certainty for all aspects and stages of the electoral process by removing conflicting sections and ambiguities from the Constitution and the Political Election Act. This can be achieved through an inclusive revision process. Establish an inclusive appointment process for election commission members, including formalized consultations. Considerations could be given to introduce criteria and measures to ensure equal and merit-based access to the election administration. Introduce a legal obligation for the Election Commission to publish all decisions, regulations, and procedures timely, including online, while also guaranteeing their continued online accessibility. Conduct continuous campaigns to ensure all eligible voters are duly recorded in the civil register, and develop targeted civic and voter education. A continued collaboration between the Election Commission, governmental institutions, civil society, and media is necessary. Ensure the right to vote by making necessary arrangements to facilitate registration and voting for prisoners on remand. Publish the final voter register per polling station and per polling center in a timely manner, and allow voters to verify and correct all their details. Ensure safety and security for all candidates through a timely conclusion of investigations, holding perpetrators of violence accountable, and enabling the political parties' registration commission to act effectively upon violations of campaign rules. Ensure enforcement of legal restrictions on the misuse of state resources, and explicitly prohibit the use of official functions, as well as government websites and social media accounts for campaign purposes. And this is the roundup of the weekly news from the TPN network. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube and Facebook channels. You can also reach us tpnnetwork.com. See you next week and enjoy the show.
All right, thank you very much, Stella. And we all know what's in the culture in this program, right? The culture here is whenever we come online and try for talk to una, we dey always give una the best information. Where probably not many people were able to share the information and they with una. And not only that, we actually take an oath for do we level best for make una intentionally misinform una as una viewers. I believe that make most of una always they come at the program for can listen every weekend, not so. And we all know the TPN has been a platform where a lot of people then they come and they can discuss waiting they go on at the country. That make we call this program an interactive program wherein I go give una waiting me think and I want for make a read for what you think too. And this has made the TPN one of the most favorite platform. I'm talking about non-partisan platforms, them way they always bring in fruitful conversation between the viewers and the host. Well, today we can discuss about a very important thing. We some of our don't begin gets the you know the idea of these reports, and they can share the reports with you now. Okay, now few weeks back we see a press release by the European Union. They call themselves European Union Election Observation Mission in Sierra Leone. Then pull out a press release and inform we all say they're ready for the final report on the election as alone, the one we just passed, so the 2023 election. And let me try, before I delve into the report itself, let me try and give a historical perspective about the European Union. Not only in Sierra Leone or in Africa, in other parts of the world, then get what they then call election observation missions, them way then they do every election will take place, then can send observation group for go observe. And at the end of every election, then they sit down and write a report and send that report there to the government of that country there. And within the report, then they always try for look at the good and the bad and try for give recommendation, especially in Africa. Then they do that more in Africa than other parts of the world, maybe in South America too, or Asia. But they know they do that in Europe actually. Not only in outside of Europe and outside of the United States. So then they give recommendation for improve the electioneering process. And this exactly now in the EU, don't they do Nasalon since 1996, we start multi-party democracy. And always, then they do the level best, most times, for being non-partisan, with the exception of probably this year. I think so, this year. Well, that doesn't mean they try for interfere one way or the other for make um the candidates way they want for make he win the election, because at the end of the day we all know what's in the mission, the actual mission of the European Union, right? The mission is for make them able to pursue the interests in all of these countries where then they go observe, and you go want for get a friendly government in a power. um that is no different with Sierra Leone, okay? And that's not the same report. Then pull out a report in 1990. I think I don't know 1996 if they did. I think so. I think a Commonwealth did that 1996. I don't know if the European Union been do that. 2002, 2007, 2012, 2018, and now 2023. Then pull out press releases, give recommendations. In fact, if you read this press release, what I say, the report we then give, you go see that they even reference the recommendations where they been given in 2018, where have been 30 recommendation where they say they provide. I know we'll go read all the reports for una because we'll not get that time there for do them at all. What I do, I try for summarize, especially the recommendations. And as when I read the weekly news reports earlier, now some of their recommendations and they we focus on more. And I summarize them, but I just want for make us scroll through this report. This is not the report this way. Um, the European Union pull out. Now it's 5 pages. And then within then do. The report gets multiple composites or components, where starting from before even the election itself, starting from the registration, voters, who they call voters registration. They even mention about the census, and then commodity, then mention about the voters registration, then mention about the PEA laws, and the mention about the campaign, the mention about the what happened during the campaign, and they mention about some of the influences, especially the social media bloggers, where they notice now the elections, certain kind of violence and violations, them way they notice during the campaign, and the imbalance of the media, nas alone, during the campaign, and they also talk about during the elections. As we all see, all these things are here. If you look at the content here, then get an executive summary, and then get the introduction, political context, implementation for previous EU more EU EOM recommendation, the one where I've been just telling about, the 30 recommendations, the way they've been put in 2018. Then talk about the legal framework, waiting that one they mean, then they try for talk about certain rules and regulations will govern the elections, how some of the rules then they're not explicit, very, very ambiguous, some of them. And for example, they talk about international principles and commitments, the electoral legislation, the electoral system, and then talk about the electoral administration. Within that one, I mean, this for try for structure, the ECSL in particular, how then we're able for structure, I mean, a way then will be more efficient and effective in the implementation of the election processes, and then talk about the voters registrations, then talk the rights to vote. This is very, very important, and I got to talk about this more because this the right to vote. Then put something. One of the recommendations where they put way to me is very, very interesting. I don't know why they put them kind of recommendation in there, but we go discuss on that. Hold on, let me just make sure say I send these messages to we view as them, because it seems like hold on, give me 1 minute. Let me see here. Yeah, so you get so many things there. Let me just do this quickly, gentlemen, so we go able forget um, the one the way they try for no. I will just do it very quickly. Not many I get for do. All right. So, and as we all know, there is always going to be what we call a threshold where the European Union been they try for look at, and um, hold on, just give me 1 minute, guys. Okay, I'm almost there. Okay, all right. So you know the registration of political parties, registration of candidates, then talk about that, and then talk about the campaign environment, the toxicity way being developed during the time of the campaign, and the campaign finances. Then talk about the media environment, the legal framework for the media, and the media monitoring findings we then get, and then talk about the social media and digital rights, social media environment, and these are some of the things and we then talk about. Then talk about the electoral um, disputes. Okay. The complaints and appeals, how they're supposed for complaints are supposed for to be made, and how the appeal process are supposed for go, and the electoral offenses, the challenges, challenging election results, and then talk about the voting, counting, and tabulation of results. And then, for example, then talk about during the time of the initial stage of the results, how the tabulation, the voting, where there are some delays will take place, and after some of them few delays, then say the election went through smoothly. Just some of those initial problems that we then get, and they also talk about the tabulation and the announcement of the results who will get for can discuss um pretty soon. So these are some of the things them way then talk. They also talk about the 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 responsibility of the EU and then limits or mandates, diplomatic mandates towards Sierra Leone. And it's a long um, report. Most of the time, most of the report focuses on the history of the EU na Sierra Leone and their own participation towards elections. And they spend more time there and recommendation over the years, series of elections than we then don't give, and how then go continue for work with Sierra Leone for improve election process na Sierra Leone. Now, here are all the reports. But what I want for do, I want for make I give una the recommendations. Okay, let me just pull this out first and make sure. All right. Dengue, this time I think Dengue 20 or 21 recommendations where them believe saying the country supposed for improve on about 20 recommendation. Out of them 20 recommendations, then give 7 recommendation with then they label 7 recommendation with the status of priority recommendations. And within the ones for make then 7 they're able to implement them as soon as possible. The others 13 then go gradually implement them towards the 2028 elections. Now, one of the recommendations, like we I read earlier, I get for do with electoral administration, waiting they recommend. And the reason what make we try for summarize this is because not to everybody will get the time or chance, or some are just too lazy for read 85 pages at all. And they tell you that 95% of the people the way they comment on this report, they not actually read the reports, which even 5% of the report. They don't. But then they go comment on social media. Sometimes then they even misinformed people. I see some online platforms where then they come, then they give so much misinformation about this report. If you ask most of them people, then they with them, we get them platforms, then they, did you read the report? They go tell you, so no, we'll not read the report all. I believe say we say waiting more than rely on the young comments. Now the press release where EU been make na salon day and where they answer questions and answer. But those those questions and answer and that particular press release is just a microcosm of the actual detailed reports of the EU. You're not going to able to get a clear picture of within the EU they try to talk about if you just listen to that press release. Okay, you get to actually come in and read the reports in details, then you will really understand. And why people are willing to go out there on social media and give erroneous information about this report while they don't know nothing about the report itself. Why? Because to be honest with you now, most of the online platforms them, the bloggers them, and even the platforms them they go, TV like me on TV, so the one they will get what they call. Most of them are partisan platforms them. So what did they look for? Then they look for something where they want for Yeri, where benefits them or benefits the affiliated party. That's all they want to hear. And now then they go na social media, then they go give una some erroneous information. While the TP and don't take the time, it don't do the work for una for summarize the 85 pages where the report give. And give una mostly the recommendations them because now things are the most important thing. As I tell una earlier, this report is full of historical perspective. And sometimes we no one for dig deeper into the history. Now that make we eliminate the historical perspective, all those type of things. A lot of people that they're more focused on this particular election, waiting happen. How the European Union think about this election. And that's exactly what we did for you guys. So these are some of the recommendations we Dengue. Electoral administration. What do they mean? They want for make well, let me read first the recommendation, then I will comment on the recommendation. They say conduct continuous campaigns to ensure all eligible voters are duly recorded in the civil register and develop target civic and voters education with a continued collaboration between the ECSL with other governmental institutions, civil societies, and media. What did they try to talk about here? Now, one of the biggest problems them way Sierra Leone gets when it comes to elections is information delinquency, a vacuum of information. And, you know, they say information are power. Information is power. It's just like knowledge is power also. But information is also very, very important. When a society lacks the necessary accurate information, they are easily manipulated and sometimes misused or abused. And what the EU they try to talk about here is, now, for example, it don't necessarily mean say when election come, now the time that one day we get for go queue, we say we get for go to line, for go register. It don't necessarily mean so. Now that make most of the time during the registration period, a lot of chaos they take place because the people are just too many for make you able to get an organized registration process. Not to this time no more, it don't happen. It don't happen in 2007. It don't happen in 2012. It don't happen in 2018. It don't happen in 2023. Because the government or the system, the way they design them, then they wait there, then get 1 or 2 months, maybe a little bit. Then call people and say, well, between this time, now they can register. It doesn't have to be so. And within that time, they not get the time for make them educate people them thoroughly, for make the people them well informed about this registration. You know, in advanced society, you don't get for wait until the time when they say they for register, now you go register. Now, there are systems where continuously they work for register everybody here in the United States. When you turn 18, you go take your driver's license or your identity card. Then they ask you, do you want to register? All those institutions like MVD, Motor Vehicle Division, who will get now in American I am, they are also registering people then for votes. Then get the forms them. And then they send them to the electoral commission where they keep, yes, I know say a little bit different because this is not a federation. So, but Every state like the same thing like Sierra Leone. You go, you turn 18, you want to go take your driver's license. Then they ask you, hey, do you want to register? If you say yes, or I want to register, then they give you the form, you fill out. Then they give you the form, you fill out. Do what you get for do. The difference here between here and Sierra Leone is that we don't need a picture now. We voters ID. We don't need that at all because the system is so organized that it's almost impossible for make you just rig or cheat. I not say one or two people them they not go find a new way for make them cheat, but it's very very difficult. So there's no need for a picture now your voter's ID. Now, why always Sierra Leone then get for wait there before them put 6 weeks for registration? And they understand say, number one, they don't get the system for register everybody. They don't get that system there within a small time period. They don't get that system there. So one of the recommendations here, this recommendation they talk about that. Number one, we now need for continuously conduct campaigns so that the eligible voters are duly recorded in the civil register. Do we have a civil registration? Well, we're supposed to, because at least then they take ID card as alone. The one the way they get driver's license and they take driver's license, the one the way not just national ID and they take national ID. Those are civil registers. And the EPSL supposed to tap into those systems for make them able to get an accurate picture of the registration. Probably they do but most times the reason why most times the ECSL they get problems after the registration is that because a lot of time the people who register, some of them they not even get a correct ID card, maybe. You know. So there's always this suspicion for say the ECSL, they try for skew or manipulate the voters registration. Now most of the time the problems they start. So the recommendation here is make it be a continuous process. A continuous process, and the process should not only secluded to the ECSL. I'm talking about the campaign, voters education campaign. It should collaborate with other governmental institutions, like I tell you now, like I think they call an salon the transportation, Sierra Leone transportation, whatever. Way responsible. I think that's what they call them, but I believe same. Then don't give that responsibility there to a private company where they do the the ID card, right? Then don't use a private company. Hey, for some of now where they try for join me, if you get any comments, do you just put under the comment section of the platform where you they watch way from? We they broadcast on 4 platforms. We they broadcast on YouTube, we they broadcast on Facebook, we they broadcast on Caster, and also we they broadcast on our own website. So in either of those platform, you are welcome for put your comment at the comment section. So if we do that, if we do within EU recommend this recommendation for say it should be a year round process. Okay. But right now, like um we don't done the election, so we know they care again for do the registration for some people. Then way they do register, they want for do registration, especially the one the way done 2018. You know, they go take a driver's license or national ID card. That person should have um a form. Now that department the transportation department, Sierra Leone transportation department or whatever they call them, for make it fill that form there for voters registration. And it also will able to help the ECSL because if you take your national ID card, you must put your date of birth there. And that date of birth there should correspond with the ECSL, the own system, for say yes, this guy or this person is eligible for vote. So it's kind of a dynamic verification, you know, collaboration between the two systems. Them, in fact, probably the only problem I see in this is we not get a good births and deaths system wherein if somebody die, there is a register for people the way they die. No, we not get that system there at all as alone. But yet still, we go able for do verification very easily if this process they continue for happen year long. There should be an interface between the national identity card system and the ECSL system, where immediately, in fact, it even help the ECSL very greatly during the registration process. In fact, if indeed then they implement this recommendation, what think will happen is the ECSL go only do most of the things that they do during that that registration period, 6 weeks or whatever weeks they want, what they call them, then put them. Now more of a verification because already then we don't get the information from the Sierra Leone Road Transport Authority. I think now the name that one the exactly where I've been the struggle for fine. Sierra Leone Road Transport Authority or whoever is responsible for gay national ID. Very easily there should be an interface between that system and the ECSL system, wherein you don't need to go tell somebody in a Sierra Leone Road Authority say, hey, can you give me a bunch of papers them way for verify them people are whether indeed they don't turn 18 or not, or they're eligible for vote or not. No, it's dynamic. It's going to be automatic, wherein the system will able for look into the National Sierra Leone Road Authority and verify that yes, indeed, this person is eligible for vote. And in fact, if the person wants for change in picture, that's fine. But they can even use, if they want for put a picture, now the voter's ID, that's fine. Then can even use the picture where the person puts that ID there. Then when the person can now just verification, okay, waiting at your name, they look at the system, they look you, oh yeah, it's correct, go. Fast. So the voters registration will be very, very easy. So now a very good recommendation this way, I will urge the government for implement. The second one I just talk about this because the one I've been talking about is the voters campaign. Now the voters registration, what's not the recommendation? The recommendation saying ensure the right to vote by making the necessary arrangements to facilitate registration and voting for prisoners and on remand. All right, this is where I have a little bit of interesting take on this. All right, so what in the EU they try to talk about? The people they waiting at jail, where they on remand, then for allow them for make them register for vote, the prisoners them. Okay, it's very complicated here. You know why? We justice system is clogged with a lot of backlogs. Okay. As soon as they are waiting, they go on right now on Panema Road. Then few days here, where then they try for unclog some of them backlogs. Then they some of the people that waiting in a prison, then they on remand for 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years. Okay. Waiting trial. Well, it will be very difficult for make you able because in Sierra Leone, those people are called prisoners. They are prisoners. And the interesting thing about this particular recommendation, it's tap into the suspicion where a lot of people then get Nasa alone about the influence of the EU or the intermarriage between the EU and certain political party figures them. For example, the APC and the EU. If you now remember, this particular recommendation or statement was actually made by no other person but Dr. Samura. In a way, been a talk saying he want for make them register the prisoners then for make them vote. So I wonder whether that is an influential factor for the EU for recommend this. But the funny thing here is the EU itself does not allow prisoners to vote in their own countries. For example, in London, in other parts of France, in other parts of the European Union, they allow that. Okay? Even here in the United States, they allow prisoners, they are waiting in prison for make them vote. So why the EU is recommending this for Sierra Leone? Why? Can you give me any guess? Well, the only guess where I get is, and correct me if I'm wrong. The only guess where I get is it was something that the APC candidates being recommend, and it highlights the interrelationship between the APC and the EU and call the Western society. Sometimes you call them the international community. Now let's go to the next one. Okay, this is now one of the priorities then. Okay. Priority recommendation. Publish the final voters registration per polling station and per polling centers in a timely manner and allow voters to verify and correct all their details. I don't know if they do this, but this is very important, Make I did see the last time when I see then pull out voters registration. Now Freeton, I think I been see like na Sierra Street, now then go put them papers then they no. It is not efficient because the guy waiting at Calbaton, go tell us say for take transportation for Cam and Sierra Street for go look for a name whether it correct or not. I believe say they also do that in the registration centers. I call them registration centers. Okay. The only differences here is sometimes registration centers are not polling stations. Okay. So within the recommendation they try for talk, you get for actually publish one day on the polling stations on timely basis. When somebody come vote, most of the polling stations are private or public buildings, them right? So I don't know how this go able for work, but it also very important. Okay, it very very important. Now I just want quickly go for a short break, and then we go able for can continue with this. Let we go for a short break.
Do you want to broadcast and make money instantly? Join Caster today. It is 100% free. All you need is a video camera and internet. Go to caster.net and check it out.
Welcome back to the program. If you just join me, I've been try for talk about certain recommendations. Then we try for go through and explain within their recommendation. I mean, this is not a priority recommendation. The voters verification need to be in not only in the registration centers but also the polling station centers. Somebody, most of the time you can see somebody they go to the wrong polling station, okay? Now the wrong polling station. But if the voters registration is pasted on the wall of the polling station, people then can go check the polling the registration and see whether them they're responsible that polling station in a day then get for vote. So they know they go tin up in a line, wait for 1 or 2 hours, wait then go vote and tell them, so, oh, you know what? Not really supposed to vote, you know, did. So this is a priority recommendation by the EU where I support 100% for say it get for happen. Another priority recommendation is a political campaign. We all see waiting when they go on a Sierra Leone during the campaign also, so wherein some talks and then can come, then go block candidates, for example, when Dr. Samura when they go to the eastern part of the country for whole campaign, sometimes they get some difficulties for even try for pass through for going to the site where then they go campaign. So within this recommendation they try for talk about is that it says ensure safety and security for all candidates through a timely conclusion of investigation, holding perpetrators of violence accountable, and enabling the PPRC to act effectively upon violations of campaign rules. The PPRC is kind of the oversight organization. We are responsible for make sure say both the political parties then do things them according to the laws. Now the oversight organization that one day where they establish. So the recommendation saying number one, make the government ensure safety and security for all the candidates then throughout a timely conclusion of investigation. For example, I remember at one time when Dr. Samura Gona, I don't know if Nabo, I think Nabo or Kenema or Kono Self, I think so. Then go blocking convoy. They say enough for pass. Those are political campaign violations, campaign violence. So if the government really want for improve the participation of citizens, that some of them here they're supposed to implement. If somebody they try for do, let them investigate it, they find out say yes, indeed, that person is perpetrating violence against a particular candidate, they need for deal with that person there immediately. That's not kind of a deterrent to other people that will want to do the same thing. So that a very good priority recommendation. The next recommendation get for do with ensure enforcement of legal restriction on the misuse of state resources and explicitly prohibit the use of official functions as well as government websites and social media accounts for campaign purposes. I'm a little bit confused with this some aspects of this recommendation. Let me read it again so that we all go able, even when I've been trying for put things then together, I find a little bit difficult, but let me read that again for the benefit of we viewers them. Ensure enforcement of legal restriction on the misuse of state resources and explicitly prohibits the use of official functions as well as government websites and social media accounts for campaign purposes. I am noticing that this particular recommendation get to do with it targets a particular media group, and what I'm maybe suspecting is the EU is talking about the SLBC. Let me see if they even if that's the case. Let me see the report here quickly. Hold on. Let me just see. Oh. SLBC. Okay. Supposed to be here. Because the reason why I want for SLBC. Yep. Let me read for una. Let me bring this first. Hold on. Let me read for una waiting. Then it talk in relation to this recommendation. They say most media outlets face multiple financial and technical challenges, which in turn significantly affect the quality of editorial output to the detriment of voters. The public broadcasting of Sierra Leone, the public broadcaster Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation (SLBC) did not receive state funding on a regular basis, and often funds received did not reach regional offices, thus impeding their operation. Communities and private radio stations also struggle financially. Hence, instead of producing their own content, broadcasters sold their prime time to leading parties. You see what in then the time for talk here. Okay, forget about the private media, because they own not private. But what about the SLBC, the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation? They are governmental funded media, right? So if they know they get enough funding, and now they get for sell then sport to parties then way they pay the money for make them go they talk. For example, the AYV, one of the examples, the AYV during the campaign then get what they call APC Hour, FLPP Hour, and all those type of things, you understand? And most of the time when they go sit down, now more of a propaganda, propagandist messages now in the commodity. I think now in this EU they try to talk about. So it significantly reduced the amount of impartial information available to voters and affected smaller parties and independent candidates, as there was no space left for the free airtime, contrary to the law. In the highly polarized pre-election information environment, lack of funding also made media vulnerable to political interference with editorial decisions. So that's not in this recommendation they talk about. It said you have to ensure enforcement of legal restriction on the misuse of state resources and explicitly prohibit the use of official functions as well as government websites and social media accounts for campaign purposes. For example, the SLPP-led government sometimes they can put the campaign pictures them of Madabi during the campaign now State House website. And State House website is a government website, right? So some of them are in the EU they try for give recommendation for make we able for stop that. Then the other priority recommendation is, this is still a political campaign, right? Ensure transparency by introducing caps for campaign revenue and expenses and clear rules of reporting and public disclosure before, during, and after election, including by media and by implementing robust sanction for non-compliance. Okay. What thing then they try to talk about here? In America here, we get what we call campaign finance rules, wherein every political party get for disclose the money where then they get for them campaign from whether outside or whatever resources they get for disclose that every quarter, you know. And we not get Nasa alone. We not get that Nasa alone. And that make you see same corruption is rampant in Sierra Leone. And most times the politicians are bought by the highest bidder, you know, because there is no transparency when it comes to whether they fund this political party or this candidate. Because if you know whether they fund a political party, who side that money they come home, you go able for put one and one together and understand, say, oh, this political party is vulnerable to exploitation and manipulation, influence, unduly influence. And that make it important for make the government, I don't know if they're able to do it, but this is very, very important. For make they able for put a law, Parliament supposed for pass a law, specifically for address this recommendation for saying, let's understand who is funding who. Because if Nami they fund the APC party candidate for president, okay, that means I get a very huge influence on that particular candidate there. Because he owe me. The money what I give him, not for free. Yes, I tell I'm saying a donation, but factually speaking, it's not a donation. It's buying the influence. And the worst of it is some of them money that they come out from outside the influence. Now a county will become a pre for the exploiters them. You are the way one for exploits that country there. And these are some of the things where most times the so-called international community they do. I'll give you an example. The EU sometimes sponsor we elections, not so. Well, they're not the only sponsor we election. They want for make we do what they want we for make we do. That is the payment of that money when they give it. Because then they try for buy influence. Okay. And most times, what they want we for do, they benefit the country itself, it benefits the young country or the young people. So it is important whether you are the APC party supporter or you are SLPP supporter for Makuna look into some of their recommendations here. The reason why I take the time for explaining them to una all, because we get a society where the illiteracy is about 55-60%. Okay. So it's easy for make them manipulate them. I don't see, like I tell you earlier, I don't see just a few days here after this report come out, so many stories about this report. We don't get nothing for do with the report itself. I don't see them. So we take the time for giving the recommendation and educate you now, waiting at the importance of some of their recommendation here. So this is very, very important. If Sierra Leone want for be a country where want for govern themselves with limited, because there is nothing like full independence. America itself they not get full independence. They rely on somebody else. Okay, but sovereignty is a little bit different from independence. Okay, I want for everyone to get this very clearly. A sovereign state is a state where actually they do things then without the interference of another state. That's the definition of a sovereignty. Well, when you say an independence, there is nothing like a full-blown independence. That means you don't need anybody. You don't need anybody for do anything. And that is technically not possible. So these are some of the differences between an independent state and a sovereign state. Okay, a sovereign state, you do things internally without too much of interference. Okay, yet even though you are a sovereign state, sometimes you also depend on other it depends on other people then. Okay, you get for depend on other people there because the resources of the world is not compacted into a single place. What you need sometimes go be somewhere else. It available somewhere else. So you get to depend on that particular place them for make you able to get what you need. So there is nothing like 100% independence in the world. Okay, no country not the way they tell you say mean an independence country. Sometimes we can loosely use that word day and sometimes conflate the word with sovereignty. Okay, so yes, indeed, this law has to be passed in parliament so that we were able to monitor whether they give money to candidates and political parties for the sovereignty of the country. Now we go to the next one. Now, another priority, they say protect freedom of expression by clearly aligning the definition of cyber terrorism, cyber stalking, cyber bullying, and incendiary information with relevance to regional and international standards. Okay. Hey, what do you think? What do you think with this recommendation? You think say now a very good recommendation? Let me read them for you again. Let me read that sometimes because some of them they actually from our cell phone is too small. We are not able to read the text. Let me read it again. Priority recommendation. Protect freedom of expression by clearly aligning the definition of cyber terrorism, cyber stalking, cyber bullying, and incendiary information with relevance to regional and international standards. Do you think say we should actually prioritize this? Yeah, I think so. Why? Well, I will tell you for free the one the way right now they now SLPP folks them. Then go tell you say but forget about it because right now they need the power. But this is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. It's very important. Cyber terrorism, cyber stalking. I don't know much about cyber stalking if now something we frequently they come up now with political spectrum na salon. But cyberbullying definitely. Cyberbullying is definitely, in fact, every single time. You know, a lot of people don't understand, especially some of who waiting at the Western society, like in the United States of America, all right? We don't know, say, most of the times, the things that they do is determined as cyberbullying. It happened for this, say, my PhD in cybersecurity. I get a doctorate degree on cybersecurity, actually. My PhD, my thesis, Usai a writer on cyberbullying. So I know more about waiting they constitute cyberbullying. And sometimes it's very, very loosely, especially here in the United States. I'm talking about America. I'm not know much about Europe, but here in the United States, it's easy for make you fall into a violation of cyberbullying laws. Now, every state gets slightly different interpretation, but where I live here in Arizona, cyberbullying is very, very loosely used. So most times we can fall victims of cyberbullying without knowing that. For say that's a crime. Anything where you put on social media for humiliate or intimidate somebody, that's cyberbullying. You could be arrested for that. Here in Arizona, I believe say most states in America now. Anything, I'm giving you the definition. Anything that you posted on social media that has the tendency for humiliate or intimidate another person is called cyberbullying. I don't know much whether that should be implemented in Sierra Leone because I get reservation. Cyber stalking, I don't know. I don't think say it happen as alone. They happen as alone. But cyberbullying definitely they happen as alone. Especially when it comes to incendiary information. I don't know if cyber terrorism is something where they happen as alone. Most times I they see like the government officials and then they use this word cyber terrorism. Okay, cyber terrorism. That make it's very important for make we able to get a clear definition of then words then keywords here. Now in the recommendation they try for television, then we try for put a clear definition on cyber terrorism, cyber stalking, and cyber bullying. Okay, because the law we get cyber bullying laws, right? When I remember, I don't know if how many years now, 1 or 2, 3 years ago, when the cyber law was being debated in Parliament. I try my level best now for giving them the implications and waiting at the impact into freedom of expression with regards to cyberbullying laws where they put in a law. Well, when I've been reading them, I've been telling us certain things then way then law then they is very, very implicit. And when a law has implicit content, it's easy for make them misuse them, they abuse them. So it is important that we try for make a clear definition. Definitions way compatible with international standards. Now in this guide, they try for tell we. All right, now let's come to the other priority we then call results tabulation. Let me read it. This is after the done votes, the tabulation of the result. The ECSL to establish and publish detailed procedures for the tabulations and announcement of results, as well as put in place a robust, transparent, and easily verifiable results process system well ahead of election days. You understand what's in the try for talk, right? You understand? You want to move forward or let me explain? All right, let me explain for people the way probably then maybe they don't get a clear picture of what in EU they try for talk about. Now, when I remember before the election, there was this argument. When I wait la, I get what tire. When I remember, when I remember before the elections, there was this back and forth argument between the APC and ECSL about digital reporting. The ECSL want for use digital reporting as another layer for transparency. And what's not the arguments? We may be in support at that time. So for some of now, we've been there where I've been talk about them. I've been support digital implementation of the results tabulations. The argument where the ECSL they put was, well, it is another layer for transparency. Why? Because people can, you can share paper, right? You can share paper. You can destroy a paper very easily. And sometimes when you destroy that paper, especially if not the original paper, you're not getting any leg for stand again for arguing. But if there are digital records of the result and the RR form, specifically the RR form, because that was the argument. Then say they want for upload the RR form now a digital platform. And I agree with them. I say yes, that is very, very good. I agree. Say yes, let's do that. I don't know if they be able for do them, but it was very, very good because you know why? It helps the ECSL And even the political parties we want for do verification, it very easily for do. And this is where I have a problem with the ECSL. Forget about the demands where the APC been again. And I don't talk about so many times. Yes, indeed, it is not a law or it is not any kind of a legal requirement for make the ECSL publish the results by polling station or RR form. It's not a law. And I don't know how many times now. It's not a law. I know saying a lot of APC folks, young brothers and sisters, they no one for believe say you not get any legal requirements for do that. But it is best practices, in my own opinion. And a day the confusion can be, the confusion can be. The APC party been they try for portray this demand like saying a legal right for doing. It was not. But to me, I support for make the ECSL publish if they're willing for publish the results based on polling station. Let's say if they don't want for publish the RR form, but at least the results for transparency sake. Okay? For transparency sake. But not to by law. So the APC, we only as a they try for insinuate say it's a law. It's something that is legally required. That is not the case. That's not the differences. But again, this particular recommendation is very, very good. So when I've been going to salon, I go involved in this election, they monitor, they study, they do some research, understand try to understand within actually the impediment of some of the systems that we govern the electioneering process. One of the things where I find out say a need for improve is a system for law we build a system where the ECSL go able for adequately use for do calculations where it error free, because this is very important. You're talking about presidential, parliamentary, and other results. Them people sometimes in Africa, people put their own lives on these things. Okay, people then put their own life on these things. So we have to make sure when ECSL come out in public and say this is the person we win the election, there is a consistent, effective, and accurate system where we're able to do verification. Okay. I remember in 2018 election, the result itself, the percentage was 103%. It not ever been anywhere. 103%. That was an error, a human error. It don't necessarily mean say na intentional error, but na error, human error. But this is why the West so dependent on technology, because it makes life easy for you. It makes things better for you. So what Adepan do right now? Adepan build a system for the ECSL, and I they take this system, I give them. Say, okay, when I take a look at this system, if when I feel say it's useful for when I use them, that's my own donation nowadays. Okay, Adepan do I did about 50% now so far. And yesterday I left message to Albert Massakoy. Albert Massakoy now one of the ECSL folks them where Naina been the spokesman for the NEC National Election Commission during the 2018 election. So that this now one of the people that we have been they bring them in program now 2018 election where are the interview. Now I think they don't promote them, then on the higher hierarchy. So I left message for and say, hey, this is what I'm doing for you guys. If when I'm done, I will able to give you a demo and explain to una wetin how it easy for you. And one of the other problems where I can't reveal now to una is this election, the calculation where the ECSL do, not correct. Okay, let me explain it because this is very important. My credibility, I know they joke with them. The calculation where ECSL do, not correct. There is some kind of a mistake, but less than 1% mistake. When I look at the own results, I compare around with my own results, it's almost identical. But slightly, when it comes to percentage, the percentage, slightly. And I knew, even though get any, change the outcome of the result, the APC, the SLPP, to me, then win the election. So that's not an argument to me. I don't talk and I so many times. Before I come on as alone, I talk where I didn't I so many times I don't talk So that's not the argument. But I just want to highlight the human error. Okay. I not say intentional and change the outcome of the result. But what thing that tells you? It tells you that do not rely on humans for do calculation, especially when it comes to mathematics, complex math. Don't do that. So the system where they can build is so easy. All what they need, just put the results. That just it. The system is able to manipulate everything what you need for announcements, for verification, for everything. The system they do them for you. So all what you need no more now, you come out and paste them. If you want for publish them, let people then check. So this recommendation is very, very important. And how important the ECSL need for making they establish a procedure where people then go be very comfortable with, because like I tell you now, even though it wasn't sensible for the APC leadership for they against uploading the RR form to digital platform, because it actually been favored the APC party, been favored the APC party. If them for be not allow that, sometime by now all what they need is then we're able for verify that very easily. But how you go able for publish 11,800 and something RR forms? Who's side? How you go able to do them? Especially if you know upload them now a digital platform. So it's good. It's good. This particular one I'm calling very good. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now, another priority. Publish on the ECSL website comprehensive election result data by polling station, including results per candidate and per party, the number of registered voters, and of valid and invalid votes in a timely manner and in an easily trackable and downloadable database. That's exactly now I've been work on since where I come. And this I do nobody not ask me, but I just go when I go find out, say, I'm more passionate about that small country there. Very, very passionate. Waiting I go realize now I say, okay, these people need some help. Let me try and do that. So that's exactly in this recommendation they try to talk about. Okay. Hey, but the problem here is, are these people actually willing to implement these recommendations? Because I remember Saloma Nolek digitalized information because of the corruption. Because I know say if we implement digital systems around the country, especially whether you talk about government activities or civil service activities or ECSL, it's easy for trace, and some of them the way they pan corruption, then go able to track them very easily for CS na corruption. So they don't want that. They don't want that at all. They don't want this. They just want people, that 17th century technology where then they still they use. Okay, so it's very important for make this recommendation be implemented. Okay, I will stop. I will stop so far on these recommendations. Okay. Um. So these are the recommendations. Some of the recommendations, not all the 20. I think I left some, but these are the most important thing we as say we need to talk about. Now, what thing are you going to take? What thing are you going to take? Well, Peter Dawda said the election process is always very chaotic in Sierra Leone. Chaotic. Come on, Peter Dawda. It's CHAOTIC. All right. So, Peter Dawda, the election process in Sierra Leone is always chaotic. I agree with you. Definitely, I agree with you. And sometimes, now a manufactured chaos. Most times. Okay. Now, a manufactured chaos. People, they thrive in chaos. Some people, not everybody. Some people, they thrive in chaos. Okay. So, they like to say chaos there. Because when chaos there, nobody pay attention. Okay. So, I agree with you. Mama forward, doctor, citizens have a shaken and weak confidence in EU. There is absolutely nothing helpful for the country. You could have done a better job than them, doctor. Okay, all right. Let's show now one thing. Something where I want to discuss. I want to discuss something. Well, let me don't for read the comment. I want to prat. Boo. Election done. Make we yeri far we big. Well, election not done at all. Election not done. Well, technically speaking, you're right. Election not done. But William Party no believes election not done. No. It's not. So sorry. We will continue to talk about this until 2028. All right. Jalo Musa. I think say this election in Nemo. So now in name no more you can put Jalo. All right, Jalo, what thing they go on? What you want to say? Now you name no more. You want just one for love with look in him. Anyway, tell me something, bro. All right, Creole Bobo. I think I remember this name, Creole Bobo. I think now WhatsApp or something. I don't know. All right, APC rejected the digitalization because they are corrupt. Afraid we've been afraid, bro. We've been afraid. We've been afraid being. But now a very good thing for accept digitalization. I hope say the 2028 election will be mostly digitalized. You know, the 2028 election. Let it be a turning point for transparency. Okay? Maybe a turning point for transparency. Listen. Technology is the only way forward at this particular age. Anybody when they embrace technology at this time, you will be like a dinosaur. So the sooner you accept technology as the foundation for development for anything, the better for you. So we have to accept that. The reason what to make, well, you know what I've been one for go help the APC party during the counting. for being build a system for them where like the system where have been built from you for we on TV, where when they actually where they get the result and they slot in, they give you a clear picture of what thing they go on. I be one for go make them for the APC party. But one of the problems where I get with the leadership is they're not the listening. They're not the listen at all. That's not the biggest problems. They're not the listen. If they can just listen, sometimes the small results we then get will be easy for publish very easily. Hopefully 2028 it will be different. Michael Coker, Creo Bobo, I agree with you. I know say you will agree with him. No doubt. Joseph Momo, APC una no bring war na salon, but one of the can na salon again. The time don't pass for war. Seriously, we not get war na salon again. Okay? We not can na salon again. Ugo hala, Ugo talk. The talk now you will get, so we're not going to be able to take that one from way. Michael Coker say, APC are now begging for inclusion in all MDAs so they could ruin our country for them. Their concept of dialogue is to hold the government for ransom. What did they talk about? Michael Coker, what did they try to talk about? On my left now. Now, one thing we are the most important thing we want a rerun of the election. We want a rerun. That's all we want, okay? Next week or next month. Yeah, not to next week, next month. Anyway, me I not can make some people that then can't get heart attack disease now. La left them. Now player they make go. Michael Coker say the APC leadership won't listen to the supporters because they believe they own the party. Yeah. Now the biggest problem now they will get. They not listen. Their young system of doing things is not compatible with modern society. And this not to disrespect, to disrespect. The need for bringing young, talented Sierra Leoneans, members of the APC, were technically knowledgeable for make them can help for reform the party and put her in a modern footing. If they do that, I think say the APC party would be in a better place in 2028. Okay. Now, something where I've been saying I want to talk about. All right. Okay, let me go to Nathaniel first. Nathaniel Walker, Mr. Moderator, this election has so many flaws. Oh, yeah. Okay. I agree with you, Nathaniel. The election gets so many flaws. But probably, the way me think sometimes not to you think but let me explain. Maybe, please explain what you mean by flaws, okay? The election gets so many flaws. Number one, we were not allowed to campaign in the South and East. Majority of the South and East will not been get a chance for campaign because we've been afraid because of the mamikos then way some of the one the way support win been the way and call to the people of those countries. But that's not an excuse for the government for making able to protect the candidates, because the candidates not turn up and cause somebody, the APC party itself not turn up and cause somebody at all. So if a supporter cause, I don't think say the APC party should be punished for that. That's not one of the flaws them where this election get. The second flaws where the election gets is the fact that the APC party waste a lot of time fighting each other, not paying attention to people like we, so we'll be give them the one in sign say, hey, stop, turn and see the danger behind you. No, they're not being the doer at all. How many times in this program? I don't know how long you didn't watch this program. This program not now for the past 13 years. So before the election, now you will be not see the danger, my brother. The danger was very, very prevalent, transparent. We see her and we talk her. We say the APC party will lose the election. Una remember some of una we been the watching. Now me are the first person we predict say if we not change we behavior, we lose this election. A lot of people then been so focused on the ineptitude of the SLPP led government, then realize saying, well, Madabio is not popular, Madabio this, Madabio that, the country is very hard, the economy is very hard. I've been the one then say, okay, yes, the economy is hard. That's not a plus. Okay? It's not the predicate. It is not the foundation of success for the APC. You cannot win an election when you're not able to get a formidable, united, effective leadership. So I've been telling you, I say, we are not rely on the unpopularity of Madabio, the economy, the hardship of the country. That is just a plus. It is not the foundation for win the election. The foundation for win election is unity, transparency, efficacy, and sincerity. You get to be sincere to your people then. Okay? You can't. After we lost the election in 2018, the chaos because of the unexpected loss of the election, where we incur, it destroying the fundamental principle of success for the APC party. Okay? It destroy we. And what do? We begin point finger. Now you responsible for this. And they say, no, now you're responsible for this. What the next thing we experience? A civil war. When I remember in 2016, where I've been talking saying if the APC lost the election, will they go into a civil war? I said that 2016, 2 years before the election, because I've been to see the danger we been to come on. So when we lost the election, now civil war we don't depend so. Now they finger point to the other person the finger point to the other person, and the next thing we will see, division don't begin come in. We begin put yourself into splinter groups. We get team A, team Z, team blue, team Y, team whatever. And what will happen? The people, the members, them buy into this team A, team Y, whatever, because I support team A. Now, anything where person where I perceive say not in a team A or team B, where he talk something, even if not true, we not care. We not want for you. Nothing what they talk. These are the flaws we me they see, my brother Nathaniel Walker. Okay, these are the flaws. Now, we fight with self-time. And what will happen? I begin to see the effort where the SLPP been they put in for infiltrate the north, especially the north of the country. Which I begin understand say we are in big trouble. And the by-election we been they go on. Yes. Hey, any election somebody will lose, will tell you say na rogue then rogue. That's not a natural thing, especially in Africa. We'll not ever get fair election. Never now we life. Just look at the election from 1996 up to now. Up to now, we'll not ever get a fair election in the eyes of the losers. So that's natural. Let's put aside. But who said me in the beginning, they think say there was a problem when the result where the SLPP they bring come, even though then they lost the election at the north, but the results where then they come with, I've been really noticing now a test, now kind of an experiment. I will give you a lesson today, my brother, if you want for hearing. And hopefully you now a young man way, because If now you face that one day, the picture I see, you are a young man, just like me. The FLPP not being care about losing election in the north. They were making experiments for see how much they were able to bring at the north. For offset anything we get for bring at the southeast. And consistently 30%. I don't know people like Musa Conte and other people that we been watch the program. Where I say if the SLPP bring 30%, just 30%, now the north and west of the country, then they win the election. And throughout the by-election, the SLPP, the average they tell you so. Because like constituency 110, about 40-something%, I didn't bring it in other places. So the average was 30%, and in at the threshold where I see. I tell me leadership, the APC leadership say, when I forget about this infighting where they go on. So the SLPP are infiltrating now your territory. We need for stop that. Nobody care. In fact, what happened during the lower level election? I don't want to tell you did it. I don't know. Me no dey by any team. I know dey by any group in the APC. Me na free agents na the APC. So team A, team B, team Z, team Y, whatever. I'm not part of any team. And thank God. I always they tell you within the benefit the APC party. You listen to me, it's fine. You know, listen to me, it's fine. But I will always say, okay, I tell them, I say, if I not stop this infighting and look behind Una, let Una see the danger, we they lose this election. I remember some people they tell me, so Dr. Mankota, at this election, would they win? I say, would they lose the election? That's number one. The other flaws we are seeing, I give you now most of the flaws the way me think. You go give me your own. The other flaws we are seeing. After the divisive lower level election, I was expecting the APC leadership, the one that way already don't bulldoze themselves into power, for being done call a national meeting, which we call reconciliation meeting. A meeting wherein the people where they don't disenfranchise, the people that way and feel aggrieved, for make them bring them all come together. Can't talk. Try to find a common ground. We never did that. Arrogance. Now killed the APC party and this election. We never did that. Because everybody miscalculated for say the economy, the problem of economy is enough for make we uproot the SLPP. No, it wasn't. It was not. So we forget about that. We go into election. Because of the disunity, money no they come. The APC party not get money. They not been getting no money. Well, I'm not saying none, because at least the small one where they get, Dr. Samura been there when they come. So money not been there. Enough money not there for me, Dr. Samura. Look at the campaign, Mr. Nathaniel. I don't know if you've been follow the campaign. How many places where Dr. Samura been go during the campaign? Tell me by if you know. How many? You know how many times he go na kono? You know how many times? When you go na kono, you know where you go? Dr. Samura in campaign was a flawed campaign. Then try the level best. I know they try for belittle them because at least they do their level best. Now the resources not there. So the campaign was flawed. Most of the campaign, Dr. Samura, they go on side, they reach there 1-2 hours. Sometimes. Quick, you don't talk, you don't come out. And most times, at the big cities they go. When they see Madabio, they go to them villages, they go from one village to another, one town to another one. They get the resources. We not get the resources. Okay? They get the resources. You know how many times when Madabio go around the north? How many? A lot. How many times we go to the southeast? Not too many at all. I don't think if we go to Kalau, maybe I don't know. I don't think so we go to Kalau. Some places then they now the southeast will not ever mess with food there. We not ever mess with food there. Even within the north. Most of we campaign then are them big tons there. Dr. Samura na them big tons and no more they go and pick you go. Where you go there for 1 or 2 hours, you come out them. You go to the other 1 or 2 hours. That's it. Now you campaign on also. That is not an effective campaign. That's a flaw. Now, coming to the election, my brother. I don't know if you know. Well, if you don't know now. You know how many agents there were we able for get for monitor the election throughout the country? You know how many agents them? Remember, we get about 11,800 polling stations across the country. 11,800 polling stations. You know how many agents them we will get for go monitor them polling station and there? We actually pull for go do them thing and there? I don't think they reach 4,000. I don't think so. I don't know the exact, but I don't think they reach 4,000. It's about less than half of the polling station. Less than half, my brother. Well, if we get about 11,500 polling stations, then you get less than 4,000 polling agents there. And sometimes not two agents per polling station. Now you get, because the one green agent not go able to sit down, they sit down, they watch all day. No, they get for go eat. They get for get something, they get for take a break. So at least 2 per polling station. You know what to make they bring them here all? Nothing where enough have been talked, but I think if we just keep quiet and these type of things they happen, wouldn't are the victims them? Now people like una so Nathaniel Walker, we probably una genuinely just want for let the APC come to power. We all want for make the APC come to power. So when we leaders and then they talk, they know they come and tell you exactly what thing they happen, and we they follow them. And sometimes we become the victims, not of the SLPP, the victims of we own leaders them manipulation, because I know they tell me the truth. Okay, how could you get less than 0.5% of people we're supposed to cover an entire country? So this is why we have a big problem. Now, the election come, the votes happen. We see some sporadic violence, but in order to the extent we go able for determine the election for be, full of violence. No. See couple of violence where take place. No. Now, everybody we been in a saloon, probably I don't know if he did in a saloon or not, maybe in a saloon. We see what happen. The counting starts. How we go able to forget a full account of the results? Number one, we not get enough agents then way they represent you in them polling stations and them. And now the counting they can't start. Now the APC party go na the headquarters of the ECSM na Freetown. I did na Freetown. I did that time. Then go request say make them put a monitor, then projector where then go able for display the result. was a very good request. Definitely. It was a very good request. The ECSL refused intentionally for frustrate the APC party. They refuse. They're supposed, they've been doing. They refuse. You know why? They want to get back at we. You know, the relationship leading to the election, where happened between the APC and the ECSL, it was so toxic. You know, black man, you know, get this what we call thick, you know, thick skin. Black man not get well, most of them. You know, so the ECSL boss and Young Kabudu, they not get thick skin for say all what they do is just a matter of politics. It's not like passional. Then take them passionally. And they use the law against we because there is no law we tell we say you get to put a projector. And they're not saying the APC party not get enough agents them for monitor the election. So now we want for substitute the agent then they with this monitor so that when the result then they come, we'll be able to take the result the way we need. The ECSL intentionally refuse for one. What we get for do? This now the transparency issue where the is EU now and all other people the way they talk about now they come out. Now this projector, when they tell you say the tabulation was not transparent, that is the main reason for a lot of people they don't understand. They don't agree. Well, the result, the small results we will get, we realize that we were losing. I'm telling you this. When I sit down here, you see this couple also. See this? You know, represent the APC where I sit down here. As I grab this now, this cap don't turn to APC. In fact, of course, on November the 11th, na Phoenix we'll get APC function where we raise fund for with chapter. So our leaders, I'm telling you, our leaders know for say we were losing the election. They knew that. Anybody will tell you say we lead another mean no say we lose the election. They don't like you or don't know about that. They lead that. They know. They don't say we lose the election. But how then we're able for count down to the members and accept? They're not ever able to accept the results publicly. That is not going to happen. Imagine the 2018 election when now we self conduct that election day. Up to today, we not accept that result day. So we rogue we self because finally we give now we give everything. If we not be wanting to for do a transparent way and call. African politics, now the leader 9-1 for make a transparency day. We know that. But we still not accept the result. Well, personally, because Madabio became the president anyway, whether we accept or not. So they will never accept that we lost the election. On the 25th of June, at around 8:30 to 9 o'clock, why we leaders, Dr. Samora and Cherikogo, run for go na the office, the APC office, na Freetown, where then go do a preemptive press conference where then say, well, announcement, not a press conference, where then say, then believes him, the APC don't win the election and not go ever accept any results where they come again. You know why? The APC and the American embassy then get a conversation that nice day. It was a preemption. Okay? Because they knew what in they come. They may know what in they come on. So The flaws where they talk about, they on both sides. I hope saying, as a people, as a party, we were able to learn from the huge mistakes and way we do and try for rectify the mistakes then they. So we go able to forge ahead. Anybody, whether in terms of politics or in terms of social life, we depend on deception. We will succeed. It will take you for some time. Why they for them? It for them. So I see yesterday. Was it yesterday or today? I see some videos then when the SLPP are now planning for 2028. Then they know they think about 2023 again. Now we still stuck on 2023. The SLPP are planning on 2028. I see Kande Yumkela. They don't go bring Kande Yumkela for make he can join them. Me and some of my friends in the TPN WhatsApp group, we may discuss about this. The picture is very clear. What did they want to do? They want to get somebody from the north. Well, probably, this is just a speculation, but probably they come and can be a candidate for the NCPP. And one of the best person, Dr. Kande Kwale Yumkela. So they don't bring come. They don't resign from the NGC. I don't know how the NGC then they right now. They don't bring come. And we the drag people them. We they try to restrict people them from the APC. Right now, at this time, I want to make the APC party sit down. Let us sit down and try to do a postmortem. What will happen? We say will go wrong. Forget about blaming game. Okay? ECSL now put that aside first. Because if we really be one for fetch ECSL, we'll be not going to court. We're not going to court. In this report, either day, if you're not able to read this report, you are going to read them. Either day. We're not going to court. When the new American ambassador talked to the APC leadership, Dr. Samura and the others, you know what he tell them? The best way for do now for participate in democracy. We are going to parliament and we are work with the government of President Madabio. Exactly this now in the American ambassador tell we leaders them. We now work with the president, the government of President Madabio. That don't tell you saying even the American where we facing now this magic one way then get way then they just make let there be light and there is light. They don't come up bien we are on our own. Okay, so the blame game is going to continue, no problem. But for the sake of this wonderful political party where we all love, let me put that aside. Let me come and sit down and say, where did we go wrong? What was our fault? Let's do the postmortem and find the problem and genuinely, sincerely try for fix it. If we do, my brother, 2028 is going to be the APC win. Mark that. Let me move on. All right. Abdullahi Sise. Wow. The running APC team may not have been the best fit for the party in the last election. In your opinion, is it in your opinion or in our opinion? Right. However, the party's core issue cannot be resolved in the public sphere because nothing truthful you may say about the APC will come across as good to the SLPP just because you choose to say it in public. That can work in a civilized democracy as in the US, but not in Sierra Leone. My honest opinion. All right. Ah, boy. Abdul, may God help you. Abdullah Sise, may God help you. When last did you talk to the leadership of the APC party? When last? Did you? In fact, did you ever talk to the leadership of the APC party? I'm not talking about individually. I'm talking about as in relations to the APC party. I don't think you'd ever talk to the APC leadership. What did you talk to? Now, when the leaders are willing to listen to people, now you talk so. If the leaders are willing to listen to people, all these problems we will get, so we'll not forbid get them. Because me strongly believe, say, there are so many intelligent, smart people in the APC party. Smart. When I tell you, say, really, really smart people, them, at the APC party. Then they boku. But why they listen to them? Why do they utilize their intelligence for the benefit of the party? No. What are they doing? So now I ask you the question: when last did you talk to the APC party in relations to the APC issue? I don't think so. You ever talk to them because if you talk to them like me, where they talk to them behind the scene most of the time, you will agree with me. Say these people never listen to anybody. They don't care. In fact, if you tell them the truth too much behind the scene, the next time they know they answer your phone. I have experienced that in many ways, but they still continue for doing. So they say, okay, let us not talk, let us not do that. So, to be honest with you, my brother, when the problem comes, not a secret too. Now public problem. When the problem comes, when they know they listen to it behind the scene, and the problem comes, now a public problem, not a secret problem. Okay? So these are some of the things, sometimes it is important. You know why? Being a media person in the first place. That's who I am. I say the truth in public. That's not what they do. And they talk to leaders behind the scene many times than which are they say in public. Most of the things why they say in public now, something we don't do public now. For example, like an advice and something where everybody know. Come on, you very well know, say, these people are not listening to anybody. You very well know, say, these people are adamant for bringing the people then together. This is not a secret. Hold on. Hello? Now the wrong number you call so, but hold on. Hold on, let me put the number back now the screen. Now the cell phone you call so. All right, hold on, let me see if we're able to put this number. Okay, hold on. Miss Skype they start. So waiting will they try for do? Because sometimes you can keep a secret so much, you are also accomplices to the problem. Because the problem is not when the problem comes, not a secret too. We not lost the election secretly. We lost them publicly. Let me the number, if you want to call the number, let me go back. Hold on. And the number is for call 480-409-4001. 480-409-4001. Do you see the number? Okay. When leaders are willing, open up for listening to things and way them believe say it contrary to their own view, it help the leaders them. It help them when they open up to things way them believe say then contrary to what them believe in. Nobody know the way perfect. Nobody know the way perfect. To be honest with you, I let you get the highest education. you are still not perfect. There are so many things where you don't know, where other people them sometimes they hold on, let me just finish it and say I bring it up. When leaders not willing for listening to people where probably then get contrary views to their own views, then it becomes a problem. Because when the problem comes in, that's a secret. That's a secret. It's always out there. Nothing no day where some of we they talk where now a secret. No. In fact, some of we don't they talk to the leadership behind the scene more than waiting with they pull out now the public. Most of the things that hold the public are kind of an advice and try for say, okay, we tell you say if we don't do this, if you from not do this not for be happen, or next time let we do this, let we do this, let we do that. Now I think I get somebody. This is now Abdul. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, now Abdul this.
Yeah, it's not Abdullah. So,
Abdullah to say, right?
yeah, from New Jersey, US.
New Jersey. Okay, go ahead. What do you want to say?
Yes, I think you read the end part of mistake. I don't know if now the setting of YouTube or so, but I guess it's where the 4 text where I did. I know we'll go through everything, but I will talk briefly. I think we start like that by saying, Dr. Mankota, most of what you're saying is in place. Honestly, I'm honestly saying that from the bottom of my heart. However, some of these good ideas and thoughts could best be discussed and channeled the progressive members or faction of the party. What do I mean by progressive members? These are not part of any of the people in we, as far as I can say for now, which they alleged to now members of the executive or we need a mission, so some of them good advice here. I refer to them personally as non-progressive members of the ACC. If at all, not so the same bit. And I say alleged because now you tell me and all get things back out of from you rather than what you just tell me. So at the first fact, if anybody in the executive being in a position for not listening to some of them brilliant ideas here, a non-progressive member of the APC to start with. So this is what I'm saying. I'm looking at the politics and the political climate in Sierra Leone compared to advanced countries then. Yes, the democracy not perfect even in the US do we did. But if you enjoy this indigenous way people say one compare this, even the US, problem is when it comes to fundamental issues again our electoral and democratic process in Sierra Leone. It's very, very unfair. And honest, not an honest decision for make an unfair comparison in life. I hate to do that. It's good to make comparison. Make comparison when match, or we make sense. Not talk about, and you talk about die, don't forget you want to share with sleep. When you know say it's not sleep personally you get away. So this is my point. I say I guarantee you there is nothing good. Because what you do so, bringing this to the public sphere, it's good in the US system. And you see a democratic public officer will come out and criticize the new party action. Guess what? It will work well. Because we get advanced democracy. It's not only about people understanding about what democracy is, but the opportunity where people engage for attain a level of education, not to high level, but to the point that the elected officials will just pull around with them quite easily without them signing them out. At least to some extent. Compare that situation to the Sierra Leone situation. The bulk majority, they're so vulnerable to the point that the elected officials rely on them day in, day out, and they don't even have the need, forget about the will or courage, to find out and prove within the city wrong or right. So that is a vast difference. So I say the warning of APCC may not, the last warning APCC may not have been the best for the party in the last election, and this might be in your opinion, and it can be in my opinion as well. However, the party's core issues cannot be resolved in a public sphere because nothing fruitful. Because everything you say so, at the same stage, in my personal opinion, are so truthful. No lie model. But nothing truthful example of what you're saying you may say about the APC will come across as good to the SLPC just because you choose to say it in public. I wish not a democracy in America. Somebody will see you from the opposing side say you belong to the APC. You say things in public with peaceful about APC. Guess what? You need to persuade that person within the Republican Party, let's just say the Republican and Democrat now. For side you, and for side the party, because of the brave step of starting to criticize your party in the first place publicly. And I understand totally your concern that you have been making effort to do this in secret, and it doesn't have to be in secret. That is just the truth. But let me tell you, it will not work. Now, the reason why I say we need to channel some of them here to progressive members and factions. There are factions. There is unavoidable fact that when we get the APC, just like the SSP, there are always going to be factions. You get to get small fringes. We really will break that. We just decide to make them one and enough that as stumbling block to the interest of the entire party. But if you decide secretly for channel them here, they need to work. Let me say, we get, I'm not so aware of this, you get an upcoming summit now at the DMV at the end of this month. I really highly encourage you, if you go summit this time, to be part of that. Because this is a group, now the US, we are believing, yes, I'm not going to say that they move serious for change things at national level, but something has to start from somewhere. So let me start this internal discussion. Because I'm telling you, we get to hammer with this internally, so let me we get to a point. It's not going to be easy. Let's not think about it. It's definitely not going to be easy. And you don't begin to think this. You don't try to talk to them. You don't tell them they know you go. I mean, I say this because I'm putting the country in ahead of the party. So any state, I know say I need to go to the party for support the country. Nothing, no what is to make us continue a try. And with that, I just want to add back to it. You say right now the SOBC is prepared for 2020, which is great, and it's true. I see them all over the place. And they just don't draw candidate in Kola. At the beginning of this year, when candidate in Kola chose to leave the SLPC, so set up the NGC. One person which first day, that was going to be his biggest political mistake. And he's on the record, if you go on the Facebook page. I said there is no wrong to let candidate continue at the SLPC. Just and decide for less just because of the experiences. Because the first post we really tell about the cost where members of the party costing Mama. This was before the advent of Adebayo or APC. There's evidence to that. They said the way the party members costing Mama in the UK, nobody not costing Mama, so not even the opposition. It said that exactly. So now if you decide to let them, the first thing we are saying, Candidate don't make his biggest political mistake. You know why? In the Sierra Leone political system, not super we get. No matter what things do, people don't say a lot, I don't see adjustment, someone and come out say we need the third force, we need this. No, the people are not politically mature for things that are level based. So if you get a good thought, you get to come into one of them party when you see the party, and if you forget this, if it's your person, when you see a license for the power, for the people like you, the mantle of leadership. And if you individually be ahead as a leader, if you follow us, they're not good. You will control them. You because in the Sierra Leone situation, when you be the president, now you get everything, not like the US president. In the Sierra Leone situation, it's not extra. Now you get this, now you got this over and end all. If you say no to the judiciary listens. If you say no to the police, they listen. If you say yes to the police, they do exactly what you want to do, at least for now, until we change that in the future. So considering that fact, if you're not a good individual, what is wrong for you to start from within until you come to that level stage and institute your individual good thoughts for the country and the interest of the country? That's why I was against AKY's movement from the SLPB to setting up a new party. Now look what's going to happen. And I say, so fast forward, when this alliance thing come up, I say, listen, now the only reason why CKY talk about this alliance now two. One, the initial intention was to totally quit the NGC and join the SLPC. But It gets serious warning about the potential backlash, the kind level where the NDC supporters they need sacrifice. So that was a big venture for him to take. So what he do? He coiled to an alliance. But that alliance, people that we don't know say, not just that by the reason. And we saw, even with the alliance, we see the backlash is finished. Some people resign, popular people at the NDC resign, some COSAM, some they withdraw the membership, without do this, without do that. Now, it takes time for coiling that situation down. And now he's moving to the SLP. When President Joe can publicly and say, I don't go talk to Shandy Michaela, let me tell you, everything is taking what he's saying about the alliance cause for health Sierra Leone, this, that, not here. Not just because of one and only one promise from President Joe that as it stands, after the second term, the only person which he believes is to handle power to Nakishiwa. That was the only promise. Take it from me today. It might sound very unreasonable for now, but I guarantee in the future we'll come back here and you see Abdullah said this one day. That was the only promise that convinced KKY to even set up the alliance. He was supposed to make a direct move to SLCC, yes, because of which they say Ali, the backlash, and clearance to let me start this journey in the form of an alliance. So it still maintains some of the members there, even though we get big one the way we've done. Now we don't move to the SLCC. But I'm telling you, just like I said, over 5 years ago, that this will be the biggest disappointment of KKY. It will be the biggest political loser in Australia. Because yes, Mother Dion ready to give power to SLCC. I'm telling you this. If you could be by the ACC or the international community, it takes serious intervention for the 2028 election come out as clean. We will be worse than what happened in 2023. Just because of this, nothing will again. Mother Dion where anybody will believe from the ACC, not from the power faction of the SLCC, because when you talk of SLCC, you get very decent politicians there in terms of ideology. But the power faction, you not trust them, you not trust the core SLCC faction of that party. So the only person who believes he will be on protection after his second term is Kende Michaela. This was the agreement. This was the only agreement. So now, to end, I want to say, APC for take this as serious that this is just a manifestation of the plan will cook for next President Bio manipulation of upcoming election, 2020 election, just to ensure he elects, because he definitely will want to continue as power as President Omar bin Wango tell Sam. No, he will not do that. It's not say that is not an easy way to go. But I'm telling you, he's ready to do whatever it takes, even if it's not for putting the country in a situation worse than what we do today for handover power to KKY. That was the only promise. So this is a genuine breakdown. Again, you may not need to ask me for proof or whatever, but I guarantee you marking work today is the 14th of October. We'll come here one day and you'll tell me, Abdullah, you said all of these things. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for this wonderful comments where you gave. And that's not the best way for do. When you get something, you come, you tell me exactly what you need to try for. First of all, let me start with the APC, then I come to KKY. You see, Mr. Sise, the world don't change. I swear to God, my brother, if you see somebody, you fool somebody, now he wants to make you fool them. That's not a very clear thing. We're not there in the 19th century, we're not there in the 20th century, we are now on the 21st century. We're in nothing all day, not this world here. We're in a secret, nothing absolutely. In fact, because of the advent of social media today, we not in a salon, we know more what in the go in a salon, what in the go in a salon than even the one they wait in a salon, like the one they wait in at the villages. Waiting social media don't do. We now information now instantaneous delivery. Waiting I tell Nathaniel Walker. That's something we to a secret. A lot of people they not talk. Now kind of me, I just want to emphasize for make the APC see the need for make them realize within at the danger in continuing the infighting. My brother, I don't know this program for the 13 years at the Kergoso, 13 good years. In 2010, I opened this program. And in 2012 election, it was very, very good. We say we can't begin get problem now after the 2012 election. One of the problems we will get with leadership is that, like what I tell you, and that make I ask you the question earlier, saying you don't ever talk to the leadership because all the bloggers them, I'm not talking about the bootlickers them all, the one they actually want for see a better APC party, where they talk to the leadership, then will tell you say these people don't care about what you mean and you they say. In 2016, when I began one the APC, you know how they do them? I they call directly to Yansane, Alaji Usman for the Yansane, directly. At the one by Yansane, I am seeing danger. Una reroute, una be conscious of what they do. You know what they tell me? Aboman kota una dey and boku talk no more. We know what they do now. In fact, Yansane tell me say, ain't only na politics for 50 years. Where I predict say, if we not change, we will lose the 2018 election. Ask Yansane. Me now one of the people the way they call them, even this election. The campaign manager, some of the campaign managers for Dr. Samura, at the call, at the try to talk to them, say, hey, this is what we are missing. We are missing. They don't give a damn. Nothing. Because you know why? Them believe say then they are the right path. Them believe say what then they do now they benefit the APC party. And the problem we I get with the APC leadership now, after so many advice and warning, and counseling, when they realize they lost the election, then they still continue to manipulate. We be members them. And I hear you been talk say, you take the country more than your party. Thank you very much for that. Because without a country, there is no party. Any Sierra Leonean will take in party more than the country. Now a full Sierra Leonean, you don't know what they do. Anybody will be not in that world, they're going to say without a country, there is no party. So the country is always going to be the utmost priority. But in any case, we want the APC party because me strongly believes the APC party will do a better job than the SLPP party. That make it the APC party. But in this 21st century, when we leaders then they not give a damn about the opinions of other people, that even though time and time again, them people then they wait and they talk, now they come through. Them people then they wait and they talk, now they come through. This election, to be honest with you, not an election where the APC is supposed to lose. There was no reason why for lose this election. Why? Because only they listen. We they call them behind the scene, we they talk to them and say, hey, this is not the right way we they go. Hey, but if I tell you, you not ignore me, you tell me, you say okay. Sometimes you say okay, but you not ever make any amendments. Then when the problem where I've been the one it come in and they try to continue from mislead with people, then now I go come and say no, you know why? Because tomorrow I will be part of that leadership day. Tomorrow I will be a leader na APC. Who knows? So if we not try right now for educate with people then, for tell them what is the right way for do. Sometimes through I don't know who that write a book, the inconvenient truth. The inconvenient truth. Sometimes it's inconvenient, but it better. Now that make ask you whether you don't talk to them people. If you really give them like the APC party, you will always call them people are behind the scene, tell them say, okay, this is wrong. Let we do this. Let we do this. And it will reach a time when you realize, say, these people are not actually listening to anybody. What then they do, then they do, and then they destroy with the APC party. Hey, brah, you can advise na publico, and that's what exactly I'm doing, and I have been doing that for a very long time. And everything what I say, not true. One no time, no day where me predict something, say if we not do this, now this they happen, way it not ever happen. None. This election, I tell them say we lose the election. We lose the election in 2018. I tell them say we lose the election. In 2018 was a very surprising thing because it was the helm of Anes by Koroma. And Anes by Koroma was so popular that, and now the mistake for realizing Abo, as long as Anes Koroma popular, so we win the election. The same mistake we do 2018, now we do 2023. Hey, but if we not try for begin tell them people there. Sometimes when you tell people them, not all them self. Now the target of their information how would they make. Now we members and they will try for educate so that the next time they go pick the best people that will go make the APC party go into an election with efficacy, sincerity, and seriousness. But if you not educate you people, then they go, especially now that we have election within the APC party. This is very important, Mr. System. If we not educate you people them, for say pick the right person, because you go elect somebody, but that person they probably not showing that the best candidate for go facing another candidate in a national election. At the end of the day, now all they suffer. So education is very, very important. Education for say no go talk na corner. Now because you don't understand the way the 21st century done there right now. We say, oh, this now America no more they do them thing in this Sierra Leone too small for us for do the SLPP. The SLPP then they do what then they do for win the election. Either hook or crook, then they do what then they do for win the election. Why don't we do what we're supposed to do for win the election? Why? We have to do it. And our leaders are the foundation of our success and our failure. And we fail 2 times. 2 consecutive times we fail. Are we going to still continue saying under the carpet and people they know they listen to you? How many times we have for fail before realizing it is time for we go to the people them and educate them for say yes indeed we not pick the right person. We not pick the right leadership na the APC party. People the way they listen, where they not believe same, they are supreme being. They what they do no more than the right thing. Otherwise, the APC is going to be in power. You talk about Kande Yumkela. Let me come to Kande Yumkela now. I agree with you, my brother. In fact, this morning on the TPN, me and some of my friends will talk about that. The reason what he make Kande Yumkela is coming to the SLPP now for the presidency. And because the SLPP don't realize the way the dynamics of politics na salon, you cannot win an election without tapping into the stronghold of the other people there. We don't talk about this so many times with the APC party. You now witness. You see what happened, how we treat the Kono people them. You see how we treat them. The Kono people and they be helping in 2018. Okay? You see how we treat them. Because with people then, with leaders, not everybody, but some members of we leaders them, they not just believe say the APC party no go ever able for win election without the other side, tapping into the other side. They don't believe that. And if we already don't know them problems how they happen, and we're not able for educate to people then for make, because sometimes when you educate somebody, that person, if you not get influence to the leader, the person when you educate, sometimes it get influence to the leader where you go able to make the changes where you want for make the leader do. Either do them indirectly. It's not necessarily through you, but through that person, the way you educate. Now that make education, they say power, knowledge is power. You get for educate to people that you get for tell them the truth, make them well informed, then we're able to do the right decision. So Kande Yumkela is coming not for because he left the SLPP, now because then already don't tap and for him. The 2028 election, he's gonna be the nominee and probably then put somebody from the south. That's not the target this. We talk about that this morning. That's not the target this. You see how they welcome him? You see how they welcome him? So I agree with you 100%, my brother. What you talk so not true. The only way Mother Biogo no say he protected when he tap into Kande Yumkela go able to protect him. And waiting are we going to respond to that as APC? Are we going to look and try for diversify we party? Are we going to do that? Hopefully, we go do them, but I doubt it because waiting at the see within the party since when we don't lost the election. We just dip on this back and forth whether the election is rigged, the election is not rigged. Now this fete we dip up to today. Now the 4 month now we the carry so. Now this the end time I think the 20th. Now I say the APC USA then they try for call for a summit. I'm not able to go there unfortunately because I've been don't get all that commitments. So but now very good thing for make we all sit down and try for iron out things. The time don't pass, my brother, for begin they use you members there. You will use them for some time, but when the time reach, you're not going able to use them again, it becomes a problem. Any good leader, now a leader we want a well-informed society, a well-informed membership. Because when you get a well-informed membership, nobody not going able to fool you, nobody not going able to manipulate you or abuse you. But the problem is politics in Sierra Leone today. They want make the members that them be in the dark. They don't know what they do. They all they get for rely on the people, on their own leaders, waiting their leaders, and they tell them now and then they do. That's not the biggest problems we will get. But if we get a well-informed member, I said to God, like we don't try so many years for educate to members them. Sometimes this election year, sometimes Dr. Samura have been there na State House. If all the members them where have been they try for get into because I know say the leadership was bent on just doing waiting and get for do. Sometimes their members are there for sometimes they don't make different changes. Then they pressurize the leadership for make them change. But in a democracy, now the people, now then they make change. Not all the leaders them all. Now the people are then they make change. If the people are not able to make change, the leaders them always they do what they get for do. And sometimes most of the things when they do now a disaster. And that's not the point. I like the APC party. My brother, nobody know the force anybody for make he join a political party. Alpha Khan in the SLPP today say this morning I had the laugh. I say, oh, wow, Alpha Khan don't turn Alaba na SLPP. Alpha Khan did at the APC for over 40 years. 40 years. So anybody waiting at the APC, especially somebody way very young like me, so God give me this ability for make I able to see things then far away. You understand? If me not like the APC, to be honest with you, I not benefits nothing at the APC. So now me they spend me money at the APC so far. Now me they work for the APC. All the money what they spend, contributions and this traveling and all those type of things. Now because of the likeness what I get, because I believe say the APC go do a better job, Nasa alone, than the SLPP. And the result is out there. The result is out there. But we have to be sincere. Politicians don't use this word and call him behind the scene. Because you know why? They don't want for the leader, the members them, they're aware of what thing they go on. Now that make this behind the scene talk. Now it come out from that. Leaders, the way they're not transparent, they don't want to let the members, forget about the SLPP. The SLPP will always want for make the APC party lose the election. The APC party will always want for make the SLPP lose the election. That's not a thing where somebody get for worry. Worry about your own people then. Why the SLPP get about 30% now we stronghold? Why? Now because we people that are not well informed, they're not well educated about the issues then. So we have to educate our people. And again, for start from internally, for say, okay, this is the right way we're supposed to do. My brother, thank you very much for coming to the program and can tell we. I really appreciate that. And I think discussion here we want now we party. We will able to tell yourself the truth. And maybe I don't learn a lot from you. I believe so. Hopefully you don't learn a lot from me. So thank you very much. Your last word. I'll give you 1 minute. Still there? You still there? Okay. I think a muting phone. All right. So I think I don't go like 15 minutes to the time. But ladies and gentlemen, this is very important with some of the time for them. The APC party now a very, very big party. The APC party, I tell you, when you look at the popularity, I believe see the APC, the SLPP then go deny me, but I believe see the APC party are the most popular party in the Sierra Leone. That's not my own opinion. Whether somebody like it or not, that's my own opinion. Other people then get their own opinion. And the other thing we are seen at the APC party, contrary with things other people then they talk about, oh, the APC party now people the way they not go school. A lot of them are so illiterate people. They no, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. The APC party then get highly educated people, then get highly intelligent people there. The party get all the infrastructure where they need for become a modern party and for succeed in every election way we go into. We get the infrastructure, we get the intelligence, we get the education, we get the know-how, and we get the population. You know what's lacking? The dissemination of information within the APC party now in lacking. All what they see, so this mommy calls, this load and call this, all now because there is a vacuum of information. And when I hear people then say, oh no, I forgot to talk to them now behind the scene, because you know what? Some members of APC party were highly intelligent or really just want for know what's in the truth. You know, want for letting people they didn't know. You don't care about the SLPP. You don't care about the SLPP. The SLPP, the APC party do good, then they criticize them. Then do bad, then they criticize them. So I don't give a damn about the SLPP. Just like the SLPP don't give a damn about the APC party. They don't care about we. So why we care about them? Let's do our own thing. Let we educate to people. Let them understand what's in the ramification of certain decisions by we own politicians. Because if we not do them, then the APC party lost the election. It's not only going to affect the leadership of the APC party. It's going to affect everybody. Especially you will like the APC party. Now look at what they go on soon. And they think on social media, some people they even swear. They swear. Why? Because when they feel when you party not able for kind of power, you know, and especially in a country like Sierra Leone, where politics is the shortest way to wealth. Politicians they get the money for kill. Anyway, that's all. Let me just quickly finish this comment. Then I will go end up the program until next week. All right, Musa Conte say, Dr. Mankota, be a witness to what you are telling us. If you say since 1996 the losers of the election have been crying foul, you have gone counter to your last week statement when you stated that the court actually declared Kelfa Smart as the winner of the 1996 election after that fact. Well, okay, now this is exactly my point. That's not my point. What the type for in that election, the NEC, that's what they call them, he pronounced a winner. Technically speaking, Kelfa Smart was the loser. Well, it don't necessarily mean say when we say the losers always cry, it don't necessarily mean say the loser no believe say or the cry when they cry is just one for cry. No, but what are the time for talk about is since 1996, every time they announce a result, whether this result is authentic or not, the one way lose always they say a foul play. Okay, now that one the time for talk about. In 1996, Kelfa Smart, in play say a foul play, not so. And if I don't talk Kelfa Smart no more, even PDP now later on the way they sell out, then go join Tijan Kaba and the second round. In 2002, I think 2002 now I say I don't see too much of a cry because the now being 67%, is it 67? Between 67 and 69% of the vote against 20, I think 22%. So the gap was too wide for make even an Escoma being cry foul. And during that time, the Escoma, the APC party was not strong. So now the only result that one the way I don't think say the loser actually cry foul. Only 2002. But 2007, well, I'm not going to tell you. 2012, well, I no need for tell you. 2018, well, I no need for tell you. 2023, I no need for tell you. Now we talk 4 months after the election. Now we talk about so. So what they talk is true. You know that's how they say because the people they cry, they just want for cry. Sometimes they genuinely believe say now they wrong them, but there is always this crying. No time, no the way somebody win election, the loser say, "I'm good, he won. Let's move on." Never. So I'm not contradicting anything here. You understand what I type for talk, Musa? Now, then Musa also say the suggestion that Mami cause derail the chances of an APC victory to me is a conjecture. The fact remains that the APC did not put a savvy team to counter the Mami cause issue. The APC allowed the SLPP run away with that. Adebayo factor should have been a cause and effect of the SLPP governance. But the APC were acting like Yankee boys. What happened during the election in Southeast was action premeditated regardless of the Mami cause. Thank you very much, Musa. Well, I agree. The Mami cause, when I make a talk earlier, I say, yes, most people in the Southeast, they use them, but that was not an excuse. If you remember what I talked earlier, it was not an excuse for the government supposed to protect every candidate. When I've been reading the recommendation, I talk about this specifically. What in the Mami cause do na the APC, it not only affects the election negatively, it also affects the APC negatively because the Mami cause was not only secluded to the SLPP or the Southeasterners. The Mami cause generated from the Southeasterners, the SLPP, and even inside the APC. You know, how many people there were? Not about 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago? Dr. Samora and Mama not in the Lego Mami cause. So it affects both the APC and the SLPP. And we should have stood up and said, we cannot tolerate this in our midst. Because now a divisive tactics. You know, they help. And it never helped. So that's my own take. And you also say the APC in this democracy era are not politically savvy and they take the political landscape for granted. I damn sure no Sheki and SI are rolling in their grave. Yeah. To be honest with you, I think some of the members of the APC leadership, some, not all, then still they think like the 70s. Whether somebody agree with me or not, then it's still they think like the 70s. The world don't change. The world don't change. Okay? If you know follow the changes, you will left behind. And the way politics done there now, during the 70s, 80s, if something happened na Freetown, it take days for make the one the wedding above for make them know say something happen na Freetown. Not so. Now, if something happen above, now instantaneous delivery to we within America now, 10,000 kilometers away. That don't tell you say nothing. I have been a try for talk to Mr. Abdullahi Sise. Nothing again that this wall away now hidden something. You see the idea that okay, let we go na the corner, we'll go talk. But nothing where would they talk na corner where the SLPP don't know. Nothing the way the SLPP they talk na corner where the APC no. Okay. Waiting we for focus right now for let we get a well-informed membership. A well-educated. When I say educated, I'm not talking about go to school. I'm talking about understanding the issues, the political dynamics of the country. I mean, well-educated people, well-informed membership. If we get a well-informed membership now, the APC party, it solve most of the problems then with the APC party they get internally. You understand what I decide to talk about? So, yes. When you say the APC party are not politically savvy. You're talking about the leadership, not the party itself. The members, we get members that were well informed, well educated, and well diverse when it comes to issues. Okay. So, and this is what people like me they try to do. That's all I'm trying to do. A lot of people sometimes think you feel, oh, Dr. Manko tell you this, Dr. Manko tell you that. When the SLPP been the contest na the north and south, I sit down and look, I see what's in the own tactics. It was very clear. Me not to SLPP, but looking at their own behavior, I know exactly what's in the try. I let them not tell me. I let them not come out public and tell me, say, oh, now this will they try for do. I know it because come on. You all don't pass that stage where say you keep for go behind the scene, no, because once for let you members them, you not care about the other political party, the members them. You know why let you remember that they're well informed about what they go on within your own party. Because that's not the only way we were able to control them, you were able to control the narratives. Okay. I come out, I tell the APC, say, hey, then people are not they winning there, actually then they look, then they engage. Then they try for experiments whether then we're able to bring certain amount of percentage in the north. And guess what? Where then realize, say, for yes, they will actually bring 30%, then change. Because if them for be make a constituency level, the APC party for be win them clearly because we get more constituency in the north than the southeast. And what did they do? No, by district block. Because now it's on percentage. So that was the experiment with them they do. All right. If I tell me party behind the scene, say, now this night they go on. They're not listening. I come to public, I say, hey, they say that's what the SL people they do. I'm not anything what they talk in my own program, it's not directed to the leadership of the APC party. It's directed to the membership of the APC party. For make we be well aware. Because if I'm not able, you see the way politics they play nowadays, if you're not very, very smart politician, there are certain things where they do, you're able to achieve indirectly. I give an example to Mr. Abdullah Sisi. Now, let me say, I talk to the leadership of the APC party, say, okay, this is what is going to happen if you do X, Y, Z, not so. They don't care. Then I come now the membership of the APC party, I say, okay, if we lead us them, then they do X, Y, and Z. Now this night they happen. The members then say, yes, indeed, Dr. Mankota Chokam, it happened one time, it happened two times. The next time why they come now the leadership, now the membership of the APC party and tell them, say, if we not do X, Y, and Z, now this night they happen. You know what thing they happen? They call like reactive emotions. Then they remember, say, this guy, he been not talking before. So, sometimes me not able to convince them, but you, when a member, when aware of what they tell you, you were able to go to that then leadership. Then sometimes when I get good relationship more than me, but I go able to pressurize them, say, no, let us not do this because if we did this, would they happen? The leaders, if they agree with you, then they change. When they change, I don't influence the leaders there indirectly. I want to make them very clear to the APC, what's my own tactics. Okay? I don't influence them indirectly. Even though not to me directly tell them, say, make them do this. But because you get influence more than me to them, you tell them what I tell you, then change. Then without the benefit. Now the party and the benefit. And the party and the benefit. So you see the tactics, you see why the modern society now, there's modern politics, it gets so many routes where they go. You don't necessarily mean say, we don't know say the APC actually been the get problem. Not to secret. The APC party they fet themselves in public. I'm talking about the leadership, and they fet themselves in public. So not a secret. If you say the APC party no unite, not a secret. That's something everybody know. We don't na courts. How many times we don't go na courts? That's a secret. So we have to find a way to solve our problem in a better way. And sometimes it takes an indirect effect for them problems here for solve them. All right, he left two more. Now, Musa Conte say on that. Oh, okay. Musa Conte. Okay. All right. He say on that you are right, doctor. The education and intelligence in the SLPP people in comparison to that of the APC. SLPP go to school for bragging, right? Not for community or nation building. Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes, I don't know who side this narrative come on. Maybe during the 60s, 70s, or whatever time, people they believe say, well, the North, they know they go school. Now the Southeast and they go school. I don't know, because they may build a school na Bo we then call Bo school. Then say we know they educate to people them. That's not a fallacy. Not a fallacy. I want to let somebody tell me with evidence, waiting at the ratio of education as alone. With evidence. Nobody not going to tell me for say the Southeast, they're more educated than the Northwest. No. It was a fallacy. These are some of the things then, because maybe one or two SLPP way being able for gain a power way being get education, then feel say, oh yeah, they're educated. No. But let's say that is true. For argument's sake, I don't say it's not true. To be honest with you, it's not true. It's not true at all. But let's say it is true for argument's sake. Within education. Within education. Are you going to school? Because when you say education, within education, what are the importance of education? Education, now enhancement of your common sense. It allow you, if you get common sense, for make you able enhance the way you see things, the way you react to things, and the way you do things. That's not the purpose of education. You get a better idea than the person who is not educated. But if you go to school, you go get your PhD. You dey still behave like the one within na village. What's not the differences? Because they call you doctor, because they call you mister, you don't get your master's degree or whatever certificate you get. And when you look at the way the APC party, they deal with the common man, definitely you're going to say the APC actually is more educated than the SLPP in the context of how you deal with the human beings. You will get your PhD, you will get your master's degree or whatever degree. If you're not able to relate that to you, the human interaction, that bond, that sincerity, for people like we get PhDs, I don't say domino. I don't say that one and day. We actually go school, we get PhDs. One of the things then they teach you, truthfulness, sincerity. Now that make when you do your thesis, they don't want for make you get your own opinion into the thesis. No. Because they want facts. The message where they try for portray or the knowledge, because your knowledge now a contribution to the wider knowledge on a particular topic. Now that make them very keen on plagiarism and opinion-based materials. No, they don't want that. They want for make you say the fact. They want for make you actually say them as you see them. Because the danger here is when you become an expert, because the purpose of this research and PhD and this thesis, they want you for make you become an expert of a particular field. Why? Because you are contributing into the knowledge bucket of a particular field. It just feel like water. Somebody can put in small cup of water. That is the knowledge. If everybody can put their own cup of water in the bucket, then you can put a small poison. You don't dilute the entire bucket of water. Now that make you as an expert, they want you for make you be sincere. Sincerity, it's very, very important in knowledge sharing. So if you go get your PhD, now you can't try for manipulate young people them. Now you can't try for abuse young people them. Because they depend on you, they rely on you. Then believe say anything way they tell them are true. Then you use that for abuse them, for insult them. But you know good. Anyway, that's all. That's all I have to say. So I'm talking about the APC comparison team, not campaign team, not the APC membership. Okay, I understand what you're talking about. Well, I just want to thank everybody. So I don't now the 3 hours I did not so it's very entertaining anyway. But I just want to thank everybody. Hey, I'd like to say thank you very much for coming at the program. I hope say you will come once in a while for let we discuss on issues. And well, we view as them all as always. Yeah, we share them program here because this is not education. Then can program in education. So sometimes you can talk certain topics where comfortable with or happy with, but knowledge always they come with things that way you're not happy with. Most of the time, the knowledge where the benefits now things that way you're not happy with. The things that way you don't know. So take that as a learning process for say yes indeed. Even though I know I'm late before we don't talk this, but it benefits you, right? Yeah, that's all matters. It enhances who you are, your common sense. Okay, so I just want to thank you very much, and next time we'll go see you back next week, the same time, the same place. Good night.